Like the song says, folks, we cannot back down. And as a high school teacher, I know exactly what Dr. Epley was just referring to. I've got seniors in high school who think they want to become teachers and always ask, is this the right way to go? And for the last 30-some years, I've always unhesitatingly said, absolutely. If you have a passion to teach children, do it. But for the last few months, I've had to think twice. Would I recommend this to a student who I thought had a lot to contribute? It's a really, really tough decision. And we've got to do what we can so that young teachers to be, can go out in this world and do that which they have committed themselves to do. And Senate Bill 6 does not allow that. Now, every once in a while, when we all get together to make noise, sometimes our anger is directed at a more local source. Sometimes, as teachers and as a union, we don't always get along with our school board and our superintendent. But I think it's fair to say that we always know they have the best interests at their heart, like we do in ours. We might just see things differently. But I'm here to tell you that I'm really pleased to be able to introduce our next speaker. She is, in fact, the chairman of the Volusia County School Board. I've had a chance to meet with her on numerous occasions over the last few years, and I've always been impressed by her genuine nature, her honest discourse, and her true commitment to Volusia County schools. I couldn't be happier that our school board members are standing with us today against this bad bill. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the Volusia County School Board, Candace Lankford.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Andrew, for inviting me, and we are standing together. I want to take a moment and introduce another school board member who's here, Ms. Diane Smith. She's right here. Our other three school board members truly send their regrets. Ms. Judy Conti has a granddaughter that's at Shands Hospital. Dr. Al Williams has had knee replacements, having a little trouble getting around. And Mr. Stan Schmidt is a CPA, and he told me he's up to his neck in alligators. So, however, they do send their support. I also want you to know I'm wearing another hat today besides chair of the Volusia County School Board. I currently serve as president-elect of the Florida School Boards Association. And I want to clarify and highlight an action taken by FSBA's Board of Directors just 2 weeks ago. The board voted unanimously to oppose Senate Bill 6. Wayne Blanton, the Florida School Boards Association Executive Director, stated before the Senate Education Committee that this was the worst piece of legislation that he has seen in his 35 years of advocating for children. Let there be no doubt that we understand what is happening here. The state legislature is proposing to deny Florida's 67 duly elected school boards their constitutionally mandated right to home rule. The Florida legislature is attempting to micromanage our public school system by taking away your school board that you all elected their local control. The right to collective bargaining is being attacked, and this bill is putting an adversarial system in place that will have teachers, administrators, and school board members at odds for years to come. Senator Paula Dockery has suggested that it's a power grab. In in Senate Bill 6 is the requirement that districts develop and implement end-of-course exams for every class in every district. I need to repeat that. End-of-course exams in every class in every district. Did I mention that along with this bill comes a legislative acknowledged statewide price tag of $900 million? With no additional funding coming from the state. Volusia alone will need to develop between 300 and 400 exams at a cost of millions and millions of dollars. The legislator's solution to this much-touted reform is that the districts must, not may, must set aside 5% of their general operating budgets in order to develop the tests and institute a merit pay plan. Again, for Volusia, that would represent approximately a $20.5 million set-aside of the projected 2010-2011 budget. This comes on the heels of nothing that's new to all of you. Budget cuts totaling $54 million and a downsizing of over 1,100 employees. In addition, this fall we face the full implementation of the classroom size reduction amendment, again with no additional funding. And the legislature, to use one of their own members' words, not mine, wants to make sure that the classroom size reduction amendment becomes a train wreck. The only problem with that is that there are children on that train. Section 1 of the Florida Constitution states, "The education of children is a fundamental value of the state of Florida. It is therefore a paramount duty of the state to make adequate provision for the education of all children residing in its borders." As an advocate for children, I submit that I do not always have or know all the right answers. But I can assure you that this mean-spirited legislation does little to advocate for children. It is the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. This bill strips away funding, resources, and support that are nearly needed for the students of our state, nearly 2.6 million of them. Let our voices be heard in the halls of Tallahassee in opposition to Senate Bill 6.